but you can definitely see around the like down the field, looking through like the magical scope. You can just see like the waves of like heat rising, and most of the snow around this area is just gone. Like there is no snow whatsoever around this area. You completely just cleared it out.
Alright, guess that was a bit much.
Oh, I think it was lovely there.
Just give you a thumbs up from like hundreds of yards away.
Aiden is flexing in the mech and offering fist bumps to Kuzon, who's next to him.
Of course he is. So check out these fucking robot muscles.
By the way, because I took a lot of damage, you hear Aiden's mech when he gives you a fist bump. There's a bit of creaking and one of the arms falls off, and Aiden's like, "That was like that when I got it."
Well, at least they're not completely destroyed. Like your mother says over radio.
Just be glad Aiden didn't ram it into anything. That's one of his signature.
Yes, that was sort of what Kuzon was doing that entire time, admittedly.
It seems he's been taking tips from me. I'm so proud of him.
Well, it was a rather marvelous thing to watch. Do you want to step out of the machines now?
Oh, you're probably gonna have to crawl and pry, Kuzon.
Kuzon's probably never been this tall before.
Are you getting vertigo from how tall you are?
So small. It looks so insignificant.
And
I
as
feel
you
he's
say
getting a bit
that,
drunk on power.
as you say that and get drunk on power, Aiden has already unplugged himself, and you feel a yanking sensation as you get forcefully yanked as well.
No, this is my ultimate form. This is my destiny.
Suddenly, everything returns to normal, and you're once more in the bunker.
Boy, that was fun, wasn't it, Kuzon?
And you see him like hesitate and like take one look at the computer screen that he got pulled from and look back at you, and then just like stare blankly into the wall. It was my everything.
You'll get used to it. That's how I felt the first time too. I slap him on the back. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll have another chance to play with the toys again. And Aiden just tosses the very sensitive neurological enhancing thingy on the table and just fucks off.
Meanwhile, Thiveron seems to still be in his mech. Jorah mentions, yeah, we've asked him to help us clean up the operational area.
Yeah, he is a good boy, he would do that. Anyway, knocking those giant assholes around really works up an appetite. Maybe we should go grab something to eat. I'm gonna look towards Kuzon. Is he still like contemplating life in the corner?
He snapped out of it, but he like you see him like look at his metal arm and like creak the fingers and just just like someday, and then like his fingers like crack as he like shifts them and then looks at you. It's like, yeah, let's get something to eat.
Aiden drinks from his invisible cup of coffee. This is fine.
Meanwhile, Walter like gestures for Prava to follow along. You know, that weapon is on sale. We took part in its sale. The general funds go towards several companies.
I've got some interest, yeah. I always feel kind of useless during space combat, so do you have any like ship-mounted versions, or do you only have these big base ones?
Oh, these big base ones are in fact the miniaturized version of actual ship-based cannons.
Oh, really?
Yes. They're rather, well, big.
Yeah, I can imagine, and expensive too, right?
Well, I would admit, a little bit expensive, but worth every penny.
Mom, stop trying to sell weapons of mass destruction.
We only made the containment field, my dear. I didn't invent anything that actually harms people.
No, but you market them. Not really much, but I feel a kinship to this cannon. Like, I don't know. It feels right in my hands.
I know, right?
You see Kuzon just be like his first taste of true power.
Prava kind of shakes his head. It's like, I think I spent too long in Solar Atonement.
No. I totally get you, man. Like, when you feel the vibration in your bones, when you see the enemies melt, yeah, that's the good stuff. Aiden completely misses the point.
Yeah, the bone melting. Prava looks squeezy all of a sudden.
Oh, Prava, you'd know better than any of us that none of those had bones. They had exoskeleton, quite similar to yours.
Yeah, they're just like you, so they were basically cooked alive from the inside out. They popped like zits too. That was hilarious.
Rose is just glaring towards you, Aiden.
What? What'd I say?
It's fine, buddy. Come on. Let's go fill your exoskeleton up with some food.
Yes, perhaps we should head back. I see you all had fun with your playtime anyway. Will you be spending the night, by the way?
I mean, we did just arrive, and I guess. Besides,
oh,
I have to.
Suddenly you're so eager to stay.
I mean, we traveled all the way here, and Grabby was pretty excited. I need to go find her. So, you know,
Remember,
God knows where she
Aiden's
is.
never been on this planet before. I'm sure he's excited to see all the sights.
Hell yeah! And Aiden starts taking out his coupon book from all the local cafes. I wonder if these are still. He checks the expiration date. Yeah. Okay. He shoves the book back into his pocket. Yeah, it's good to explore. Let's explore. Let's find out what Fraxus has to offer.
Yeah, look here, Dragonkin lives so long. The coupons last a long time.
Yeah, that's very convenient.
So, would you like me to teleport you back, or are you gonna call your car?
I think we'll walk.
Oh, okay then. See you in a few
Hold
months.
on, how far out are we right now? I think teleporting's probably a good idea.
No,
Oh,
no
would
more
you like to see
teleports.
how far? Oh, okay. Well, I'll show you how far you are out. She brings up like the small holographic map on the main table, and essentially she points. She points down, all the way down here, and basically down here. This is where you are.
I don't think we're walking, Aiden.
We'll figure it out.
You wouldn't have too bad of a time going through the Allied territories.
Is it all ally territories between the Encroach and Deathenge, or?
Oh no. Then you have to go over the mountains. Make sure you don't go in anywhere where there's a slime that can devour you.
Can we go through your teleporter thingy?
Of course. Come on, dear. She like grabs Aiden and pulls him closer so she can start the teleport.
I get portals.
And with that, she claps her hands and you guys teleport away. And then suddenly you're right back into the main city, or near the company building once more. I didn't put you inside of my office this time. I thought it would be better if you, well, in case you wanted to go anywhere. Oh, and don't worry about your friend. I'll pick him up later.
Thank you.
Right.
Just what to ask.
Well, I guess I better head back to our ship. I'm assuming Grab is there. Unless she ran off again. I'm gonna have to go find her.
Does she not have a communicator? Can you get in touch with her?
Well, that's the thing about her communicator. She always either leaves it behind or doesn't pick it up. Why do you think her sister has so much trouble finding her all the time? I swear, that kid, she's such a handful.
I knew you had
Brahma
kids.
kind of stares at Aiden and says, wonder where she gets it from.
Mom, again, she's not actually mine. Okay? You don't have grandchildren. Calm down.
Well, as Prava pointed out, she sure acts like you.
Nah, I'm pretty sure she gets that from Murana. I'll find the little. I'll just look for
Gabby was
trouble.
on
I'm
our
sure.
ship, wasn't she?
Well, yeah, but I doubt she's there now. Tell you
Your
what,
ship went to get refitted.
I'll go around looking for trouble, and something tells me when I find trouble, I'll find Grave. That's how it usually works.
So, what is everybody doing on this lovely magical-esque sci-fi city.
Oh. Now that all like the work's done, Prava's gonna make a quick Google search to see if there's any Solarian presence in the city.
That's fair. However, even a small Google search, there doesn't seem to be a set temple. There's probably a few Solarians around, but there's no dedicated temple within this city. It's mainly company-based.
Okay. Then he does like a wider search for the whole planet then.
Ah, there is one on the whole planet. It's actually here, strangely enough.
The Winged Isles?
And normally allied cities are where some more people are.
I can see Thiveron screaming in the background. Fucking tourists.
Fucking tourists.
This is your turn to lead us around your planet by the nose while we point and gawk at everything.
So where are the good places to eat around here, Aiden? You're the one who's never been here before.
Aiden is currently searching on his phone, attempting to guess where Grabby is, apparently. Because he's be right back right now.
Yeah. Okay, so probably just gonna take a walk around like the square there, and then I'm sure we left the building. Is it immediately like town, or is it a ways out?
There's a sea part. There is a small teleportation disc that can take you to town. It seems to be that's how they mainly get around from the different company buildings and like.
I'm assuming that Aiden's gonna want to fly our car around from here, though. I don't think he's gonna want to take that teleportation disc.
To be honest, Kuzon probably wants to drive the car as well, given his reluctance to ever let out his sight.
I was the only one excited about magic. I see how it is.
It's like, look at the magic. The magic is so cool.
I mean, Thiveron would be if Thiveron was here.
I don't like all this like blow stuff up magic, but this move shit around magic is the bomb.
Yeah, there's crystal lights that are magic. They float there. They're so cool.
Better to know how things work than not to. Aiden, you managed to find anything yet?
Nothing yet. Oh, by the way, because we're talking about creation, I don't know what kind of crockpot theories you guys have been sniffing out, but everybody knows that an ancient dragon once sneezed and created the first galaxy. So I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
Sounds like a pretty dragon-centric mythos. That'd be like me saying that, like, at the start there was only the swan. You know what? That's not the same. Never.
What happened? Does your mom create things when she sneezes? Does she like create a yacht every time she sneezes?
She creates things all the time when she sneezes. One time she created winter wonderland in the middle of the backyard when she sneezed. Another time she froze over the fountain when she sneezed and created beautiful little figurines and icicles. It was pretty cool.
Aiden, hasn't it always been a winter wonderland on this planet since you were born?
No. One time that got mad and he vented so hard that the city snow got melted and it was hot for 3 days straight.
Sounds like one heck of a temper tantrum.
Yeah, well, in hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have stepped on his tail with one of those tanks, but you know.
You left your Legos around the cavern.
That's the equivalent, is it, of leaving your Legos? It's using.
I just drove a tank over Dad's tail. It was a prank, but he didn't like it.
I'm starting to understand a lot more about who you are and where you come from. Everything's kind of clicking together.
What are you talking about?
Nothing to worry. Hey, you're woke though. Where are the good eats at? Let's go grab Grabby and find a bite.
Oh, right. Man, I'm starving. Come on, let's find this troublemaker. I swear, I have no idea why she's like that. Like, I thought we were bringing her up pretty nice, me and Murana. Like, where does she get all these weird ideas?
It must be all the mercenaries that she was around. You know?
Nah. They're all good boys. I mean, the only new people that she's met recently is you guys. Maybe you guys were a bad influence on her.
You know, me and Kuzon just full of evil. Just stuffed to the brim with malice and untrustworthiness.
And as you, as I said before, you arrive and your ship is, missing. But you can see the person who was selling, coffee before and little sweets. He's just putting away pieces of his stall. And he goes, "Oh, you've come back."
Yeah, sadly last time I couldn't enjoy my drink in peace. Are you still open for business?
I could make 1 or 2 other coffees, but I do have a message that a little girl told me to give it to you.
Oh, by the way, as Aiden's talking, he's already eating from the scaly kisses that are on the display. What you say?
Well, she basically said meet her at the closest, I believe, what she called it, inn?
Oh, that kid, I swear. Don't worry, I got the message. Thanks. We'll take these to go and 3 cups of, let's see, you guys like chocolate?
Whatever I stole from you earlier, that was delicious.
Make it 3 Drago Chocochinos. Oh, no, even better. Make them double with whipped cream. Yeah, that should do it.
Understood. And he like fires it up again, and he starts mixing the hot chocolate before pouring them out into separate portable cups. So here you go. Drink them quick or they freeze.
No. Here we go. I take out my stamp card so I can continue my stamp collection.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're gonna have enough. You only need 2 more.
Yeah. Maybe on my second visit to this planet I'll be able to complete it.
Oh. Have fun with that. That will be 6 credits.
I'm gonna give him 10. Go at the tip, and thanks for the info.
Ah, thank you. Well, see, I gotta pack up now. And he gets back to packing up his stuff.
Bye. Okay, I'm gonna hand the guys their drinks and some Hershey's Kisses. Right, so Kuzon, take a left there, just straight away, and about half a mile turn a right, and that's probably where Grab is gonna be.
Aye, aye, boss. You see Kuzon like kind of like eyes the coffee, kind of like gives it the side eye, and it's like, what is this drink?
Oh, it's the best. Gives you energy. It's very sugary. It's very nice. Leaves a nice aftertaste. The whipped cream gets all over the place, though. So, some like to call it the licky lips, because you know you get to lick your lips a lot.
If you turn to look at Prava now, his face is absolutely covered in whipped cream. He went face first into the drink.
Kuzon just
Now
like...
see, for people like Prava, it's good if they drink that stuff when they have their partner around. If they can't lick themselves, they need somebody to lick them. So good luck with that, Prava.
That's a weird... Here's a napkin. I throw a wad of napkins at Prava's chest from the dashboard.
Prava catches the napkins, but then starts telekinetically scraping the cream into his mouth.
Yeah, that's the good stuff. But yeah, you better drink it quick before it freezes.
Alright, so you're basically drinking the hot chocolate, and eventually you get nearer to the inn, or well, bar. And as you do, you hear a bit of commotion inside.
This has
You
to
hear
be the
what
place.
sounds like some cheering and the like.
Wait, cheering? This can't
Yes.
be Grabby. People usually get mad at her, they don't cheer. Aiden's gonna go and take a look.
Just because that's how you and Marana react doesn't mean...
Yeah, she learned not to do that. As you head inside, you do actually see Grabby, and she's actually standing there with next to the fire, well, sort of like a fireplace, essentially like a round circle that's heating up the room and keeping the cold out. But you can see her with a small little pot or bowl in front, like on a small ledge where people are tossing coins in, as essentially she's touching this like hot fire, like putting a hand through it and like leaning against it, and everybody's like, wow, that's how she does it. Like she just, apparently she's earning a bit of money just by showing off that the fire doesn't seem to hurt her.
I don't know about this one. I think she's too early for her first job. She's too young for her first job. I don't approve of this.
I mean, it's just entertaining. What's the big deal?
How old is she?
Oh yeah, how old is she? Does Aiden actually know?
She's a teenager. She's around about, I believe I made her 13, 14.
Yeah, see? Way too young to be working.
I mean, for Prava's species, she's been an adult for like 9 years.
Exactly.
Kuzon's been working full time since he was 5 years old.
I'm gonna
Exactly,
look towards you guys with a poker face and just say in a dry voice, you can't have her.
How does a guy raised by dragons have such a human-centered mindset? I don't.
Well, if you think about it, he seems to be
still a
only a
baby.
human on age. Exactly. He's barely a juvenile.
I mean,
Dragon is.
apart from my hands, I'm a perfectly normal human being. My hands are a little bit scaly and rough around the edges, but otherwise I'm a perfectly normal human.
Sure.
Apart from, you know, being able to stand up from deadly blows and running 5 times faster than a normal human being, but you know.
I figured that was just mercenary training. But...
So what, are you supposed to have like dragon DNA or something?
Nah, I'm just a human, dude. What are you on about?
Prava's gonna approach Gravity and be like, "Hey, Aiden's losing track of what's going on, but we're here to pick you up."
She nods and gathers up the money and puts it in her pocket, like credit chits in her pocket, and seals it up.
Yeah. Aiden tries to stop her. Nope, that's getting confiscated. You're not allowed to work. You're too young.
You probably let her take. She earned it, honestly.
No, she can't have
Didn't have
it. God
to
knows what
use
she's
any-
gonna use those funds for. What if she buys fireworks or ammunition or a knife and shifts somebody?
By the way, she writes on her board. It's like, I've already bought something,
Oh,
and she
Yeah.
pulls out of her pocket this small little round device, and all you see is it seems like she bought a zap stick.
see? Well, what did I tell you? The moment you let your eyes wander and she buys a weapon of mass deadly destruction. Look at that stuff.
How many weapons do you keep at Zero Risk Security Headquarters, and how many kids do you raise there?
That's beside the point, Kuzon.
Speaking of,
by the way,
let's go
since,
back to the school.
Since Grab is here, Aiden turns around.
Cool.
Don't use that word I just used. Never. Especially not in front of Murana. If you use it, you didn't learn it from me.
She nods slowly.
There we
That
go.
reminds me, I did promise Ellie that we'd bring you back to her.
The cower drains from Aiden's face. No, we're not doing that.
Wait, you can't leave that poor girl just to be broken heart. You at least have to turn her down face to face.
No, you don't know her like I do. That's not how it works. Green dragons don't play well with others. Trust me, you don't wanna fuck with green dragons. Oh, never use that word again, Grabby. Don't use that word I just used. You don't know it.
Swearing.
Alright, let's just go get a bite to eat. Where are we going?
Hey, Grabby, you wanna try some of the local delicacies?
Yeah. Then she types it out like, yes.
Alright, I'm gonna grab her, put her on my shoulders, and start heading out. I know a place. It's a short walk, so we don't actually have to take the car. Besides, we should probably stay inside. It's starting to get a little bit cold. The place is a little, you know, high class, so the prices are up there. But hey, you gotta go there if you're coming to Fraxus. I mean, it's my first visit. We gotta go.
Sure, in commemoration for your first time on planet, let's walk up there.
Yep. So I'm gonna take him down the street to one of the better restaurants, so we can have some of the local delicacies.
That is fair enough. You get to have all the different sort of foods and delicacies that are common here, like the woolly pad steak. You have some lovely soup that's even made from different colored slimes. Depending on your elemental resistance, they offer certain types, of course.
Are there some Drakushika mushrooms?
Sure.
I hear they're in
Yes,
season. They're
stuff-
pretty good.
Stuffed mushrooms.
Yeah, gotta have some of those. I hear they're good for I lean away from Gravy. I hear they're good for the, you know, give you energy and stuff.
What,
You
like
see-
caffeine?
Not exactly. More like the little blue pills, know what I mean? They're pretty good for that.
I have literally no clue what you're talking about.
Aiden looks
Talking
confused
to-
because he thinks you're a man.
Well, I also I don't think drugs built for human consumption like Viagra would work for a shearing.
Well, yeah, that it's
Set of
basically you know how there's some aphrodisiacs like oysters and such, like they're very good for the libido, basically.
Kuzon just shudders as you're talking about this.
Yeah, I like how Aiden's talking to probably the only two members of his party that wouldn't exactly
I mean,
get it.
Ataika probably wouldn't get it
But
either.
that's exactly why it's so funny.
Like so.
You don't get me, Ash. You don't get me. This is where the
Kuzon's
comedy is.
probably literally afraid of sex, and Prava just has no idea. So
Yeah,
Perfect.
just innocent bug and shivering. Is it
Okay,
just-
so I jump in. Everyone's
jeez.
laughing, which makes me sad because Thiveron's not here to be part of the fun.
Don't worry, we're
And
about to
there's
feed
this,
you some mushrooms. It's
This
fine.
brooding music, this brooding action is about to happen. Music, and Kuzon is afraid of sex. Is the next thing I. What am I about to see when I launch game?
Right, so Tyron, after you helped clean up with a magical golem, you stayed back at the base to help people clean up the mess that you guys made, because you're a good boy. You actually teleported back, and thankfully you were dropped outside by a company vehicle who have made sure to basically text Aiden during the travel, we say. So they dropped you off at the inn that they're at. They're enjoying some delicacies, not the inn, the restaurant. They're enjoying some delicacies, and Aiden's laughing off some things. So, Liver, you're going to walk him through the door at this moment.
Lapping off his insecurities
It's
as a
curious.
self-defense mechanism, as Aiden does. Okay.
That doesn't sound like something Aiden would do.
Sure. So, Tyron, you've come inside, and everybody's enjoying their own meals.
Oh, Thiveron, over here. Come on, we saved you a spot.
Thiveron has already smelled
Have
the
some
food and has
Dracushika
made
mushrooms.
his way
They're
to
good for
table.
you know, stuff. Anyway, eat it. And I shove one with a fork in his mouth.
He has no idea what you're saying. But he tastes the mushrooms and just says, "I don't like mushrooms."
Oh. Here, wash it down with some steak. There you go. I'm gonna shove a piece of steak in his mouth.
He
Sorry,
licks
one
his
second, I need to turn on my
jowls and he eats the steak. Much better.
with a mouth full of mushrooms, Prava just kind of goes down. He makes a quick telekinetic contact with Kuzon. He's like, "So, does our car have child safety locks in the back, or what?"
I just lift up my gauntlet and I do. You see Kuzon do something with his fingers, and then just outside just.
Cool. Once we finish eating, let's take care of our last little business with Aiden before he has a chance to run away. And, we'll consider a trip to this planet successful.
I don't know if Aiden should be more offended about the fact that he's being treated like a child or the fact that he's gonna get betrayed 2 times in 1 day.
we're as far as this is concerned, we're we're not saying anything. I just activated all I did was activate the child safety locks in the car.
Ooh, hey,
I'll finish this gulping down his mushroom like, Aiden, any other places we should visit while we're on planet?
I was just about to say that. If we're here, we might as well splurge, right? There's this place just 2 blocks down. It's an open bar, but that's not gonna be an issue. Trust me, they've got the best dragon wine on the planet. If we drink some of that, 1 cup, and we'll be hot all day long. Who needs heating when your body's burning up, you know, from the inside?
Couple doors down? No way. We should definitely explore the planet a little bit, drive around, see some sights.
Yeah, we can can do that. Let's grab some wine first. I'm telling you, man, it's the best. And after that, we can go sightseeing, you know?
I would say you had a good quality meal, so I'd say around about 16 credits.
Gotcha. Aiden pays, and we start heading out.
So, where are you going to be heading then?
After buying some, some alcohol to warm ourselves up, wherever the car goes, Aiden doesn't care anymore.
Alright, so we get Aiden the liquor that he needs. Prava makes a point of sitting in the front passenger seat.
Yeah, Kuzon activates the child safety lock in the car.
It's like, Grabby 100% thinks that's for Aiden.
And he is 100% correct.
might be 100% correct.
Yeah, Kuzon.
Well, if our safety lock is like gravity on the inside of the car, does that mean Aiden's gonna start like gravity training Dragon Ball Z style so he can break the child lock?
Right then. As you can probably tell by this point, your snow starts to fall from the sky. It seems like those air dragons have calmed down a bit on the defense of the city and its weather.
Is it getting like late? Like what time is it?
It's not exactly late, but you can see the sun starting to go down behind the mountains.
You all see Thiveron pull out that flute that he bought from the junk vendor that told him about his master. And he tries playing it, and it's clear that he's been learning to play it, but he still can't play it.
It's getting there.
You're getting pretty good. Give it another week or two, you'll be like an old pro.
Oh wow, the music has a flute in it.
Yeah,
Just imagine this is Thiveron.
Thiveron's just adding to the atmosphere. Oh, that reminds me. I'm gonna take out the dices I got from the merchant, and I'm gonna give them to Gravy. Here, play with them. Let me know if something cool happens.
You tested those thoroughly, right? To make sure that...
Yeah, don't worry, Prava. I rolled them a couple of times, made sure they're safe.
Did you roll every possible result to make sure that all of them were safe?
Oh, come on. How can I roll all the possibilities? That would take forever.
I feel like that's something you do before giving a magical item to a child.
Hey, I'm sure it's fine. He looked like a stand-up kind of guy.
So she can't have a stun baton, but she can have... Okay.
I mean, to be fair to Grabby, she's literally walking military hardware. So, like, I feel like a stun gun isn't, like, isn't changing it too much.
Well, to be fair, what she's wearing is essentially armor. It's not really any military, like, grade cybernetic implants that she has. She's actually taken off her gauntlets at this point, is playing with the dice. And I can tell you now, as it's at 9, it transforms into a small ball. It seems to be very bouncy as it actually bounces around the cabin of a car a little bit before she catches it again.
Ooh.
At 8, it transforms into a tiny little figure of her, and it actually starts moving around along her lap and along Aiden's lap. Seems to be sort of animated as it's walking past. And at 7, it turns into, let me see, it turns into a small floating eye.
Huh.
Of course, not a realistic looking eye, but black and white eye. Just seems to be looking around. Like,
Yeah, would you look at that?
Kind of strange. Never seen a creature like that. I think it's like transmitting what it sees somewhere. Or...
Gravy's like writing something out a moment and it turns it around. And apparently, before, it's like, the first one was very bouncy, very ball. And then second, I could control the little figure as if I was it. And the third, it's like I can see through the like eye part on the 7.
Wow. That's actually real good for infiltration missions.
Pretty much that. True, but you would have to roll the number.
Hey, What happens if we do this? And I'm gonna take the dices and I'm gonna deliberately put them on double ones without rolling.
Well, it does actually transform into a snake from before, but unlike before, the snake actually tries biting you.
Oi!
It gives you a small little nip and you take 1 damage.
Ow! Asshole.
Guess you can't get greedy with magic items.
It does not seem to be like being cheated.
Who's
Just be glad you put it in the double ones and not something real dangerous.
Thiveron makes a mental note to be careful of what other magic items he crafts for him.
Are you guys fucking with magic in my car? You're gonna get the, I don't know, like magic ectoplasm or something all over the seat.
Yeah, that's how magic works, I'm sure. Thiveron, is that how magic works?
We could always install a child anti-magic field.
Does that work anyway?
By the way, Thiveron is not this good at the flute.
He'll get there, I believe.
Give him like a month, you know, a couple space flights.
Give him a level up, he might be able to play it.
I give him up until we get to our destination.
Wow. Okay, that's a bit much. Expectations are a bit high.
I'll begin pulling us in towards the school.
Prava started a big discussion with Aiden about like interracial families and like the struggle, and it's been like a long, really boring conversation, but just to keep Aiden from looking outside.
And eventually you are coming to the school and you see people like going home. It's like it's the end of the school day. People are like walking away and getting on the transport. Some of them are being picked up by their parents.
Wait, I know this street.
Now, as the crew of the Perseverance, we take pride in our promises, and when we make a promise, we keep it. That's what makes us a crew. So, in our prior promise to Ellie, we're stopping here to let you talk to her one last time before we head out.
I'm never making no such promises.
It's alright, we made it for you.
I don't think that's how it works.
Captain. Prava's never pulled rank before, but like...
Is Aiden gonna like use my die to roll escape artist and get out of this?
That's what's happening.
We have
Thiveron
already
regrets
child safety
telling him
law.
his features.
The windows are sealed.
It's like it's just that scene. It's like, you are about to go up against my most powerful defenses, and I look Aiden right in the eyes. The child safety lock.
I can't believe this. Are you guys seriously betraying me twice in one day? This is mutiny.
It's only
Mutiny implies that you were in charge of us all, Aiden. You're just going through your crew hazing right now.
Listen, you can do the same thing when it has to do with my unresolved emotional bullshit, alright? But right now we're doing this for your own health and safety.
I can't believe you guys are doing this after I told you she's a green dragon.
Prava's phoning the school.
I don't know what that means, but like...
What you mean a green dragon?
Oh,
They're-
You just say that.
They're very
chromatic,
dangerous.
metallic dragons, it's a whole thing. The whole thing.
Sounds like a whole racist thing to me.
They're very dangerous. All of them are master manipulators. They're very possessive and jealous.
Is this Ellie a friend of yours?
Not quite, no.
According to
Sense motive?
his fiance.
To
Sense
see if,
motive.
like,
You can sense
Aiden
whatever she
does actually
desires.
have some sort of like positive feelings towards this person, even if they're not romantic.
It's up to you, Aiden.
Oh wow. It's not that Aiden has any negative feelings against her, it's just that he's afraid of her. And it's specifically all the things she's gonna do to him.
As you're saying that, you hear a small knock on the side of the window, and you see the typical outline of Ellie. She's smiling away.
Kuzon, it's not too late, just fucking thwart it.
Thiveron's gonna look down to his flute and then look back up to Aiden and just say, you know, a lot of times things are better left said before you leave for good.
Prava rolls down Aiden's window with like the switch from the front that controls all the windows.
As you roll down the window, Aiden jerks towards the window and stutters a little bit. Hey, Ellie, it's good to see you. I swear I've been looking for you. It's like you're avoiding me.
Well, I'm always here. You know, I live in the dorms.
Yes, of course. I just figured since it's been a while, maybe, you know, you moved out, so I wasn't sure.
Oh no, I'm following the proper, well, many-year-long education. Besides, I don't have a place of my own.
Yes, of course. So these are Prava and Kuzon. We used to be friends. I think you've already met them.
She gives you two a wave, and
Prava
waves towards.
like, I kept our promise.
Oh, I did notice. Aren't you a loyal one?
And this is Thiveron, who suddenly decided to get all heavy on me.
She smiles and waves towards you. It's like, I haven't seen one of your kind before.
We don't travel much unless we are needed.
Interesting.
Oh, and that little troublemaker over there is Gravi.
Harry waves and Ellie waves back. I like her. She's interesting. She doesn't speak.
Why don't you two take a nice walk around the campus? I'm sure it's been a long time since you've seen it, and I'm sure you have a lot to talk about.
Yes, of course. And if I'm not back in 15 minutes, definitely somebody should go looking for me.
Prava makes telekinetic contact with Aiden. He's like, don't worry, I'll be following you the whole time. If she actually gets weird and possessive, I will save you.
Aiden steps out of the car and he still
Do this
throws...
properly, Aiden.
He still throws Kuzon and Prava some dirty looks as he steps out of the car.
Kuzon just gives him a big smile and a double thumbs up.
Get going, guy. And as you do step out, she motions for you to follow her. And as the snow falls, they go for a walk. And I suspect, Kuzon, that you're slowly following behind in the car.
Prava like gets out and he has like that thing in anime where like you like stalk your friend's date, you know, you're like standing around like reading newspapers just ahead of them and like creeping around in the bushes and stuff, but clearly he doesn't do it well.
I know I made the joke with the anime-esque entrance thing, but okay, I think that could work.
It's the Aiden's life at Dragon High.
Dragon High. This is the dating sim portion.
This is where all the routes actually end up as a bad route. There's no good outcomes here.
Ellie simply keeps walking and goes, you know, you never did contact me like you promised.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was a little busy, you know? Got my hands full with things.
Oh? More important than me?
No, no, of course not. It's just that, you know, life and death battles, doing some cutthroat business, starting a mercenary unit, it kind of takes a while.
Ah, small things then.
Right.
Still, a little inconsiderate not to contact your best friend.
I am very sorry.
She gives a sigh. If you really didn't want to see me, then you don't have to. Which is probably a shock since, you know, she's never said that before.
I don't looks at her like, is she saying this to test me? Like she's looking at her suspiciously.
Aiden, it's been 5 years.
7, give or take, but you know, who's counting?
I don't count the 2 that you avoided me on the same planet as time you spent away. Well, I guess it's all for the same with dating couples. It's fine. I can still give you your space.
Dating, right? Of course, sure.
You're so bad.
Aiden
Well,
puts
even
his
better.
device away. Anyway, it's starting to get late and pretty
Aiden
chilly.
made a fortitude save.
There we go.
He made it.
Why? What were you
Aiden
trying to do?
feels like Prava trying to grab him telekinetically, but he manages to shake off the grip.
Aiden looks around confused and then focuses back on walking. Yeah, you should definitely visit. I mean, we'll be spending the night at my mom's place, but we're probably leaving tomorrow. Yeah. We'll probably be pretty busy starting tomorrow. Anyway, the
Right.
guys have been getting probably pretty impatient, so I should head back to them. And it is getting late. You probably should head home as well, so...
So be it. She's like smiling away.
See ya. Don't be a stranger. Bye. And Aiden runs away.
As Aiden starts to run, Prava like emerges from the bushes ahead of him. And is just giving him the saltiest look Aiden's ever received in his life.
I'm gonna grab Prava and start dragging him towards the car.
I can't believe she even gave you an opening. She said it was fine. She said she'd give you space. You could have just told her that you weren't interested in a relationship.
Shut up and
Instead of
start
causing her-
walking. I'm gonna start shoving Prava towards the car.
You're so casually cruel.
I'll
How
like,
could you do that to a young maiden's heart?
I'll just like open up the door from the outside and like sitting there waiting with like just a big forced grin on my face, just like, how'd it go, sport?
I'm gonna literally throw Prava at Kuzon and dive in the car after them.
He was such a baby, he got nothing accomplished. Or Aiden, he can't be trusted to get anything done.
Kuzon, get us out of here.
Alright.
I'm gonna point
Okay.
towards one of the mountains. There's a giant building there. Head that way.
What's over there?
That's where my mom lives. Over there, on top of the mountain, you see a giant mansion.
Okay.
No, actually, I mentioned before, remember where you lived?
Oh,
You lived
wasn't
in
it
the
that
company
one?
building.
Oh, right.
Come
Never mind, that's my bad.
I mentioned before, you lived in the company building.
Get towards the building. Get us out of here.
Okay. I'll be your chauffeur.
God, this is the most awkward thing I've ever had to do in my life. I hope the ship gets outfitted by tomorrow. We've got stuff to do.
Wow, actually, I did want to do one other thing while you were on the planet.
Oh?
I have to continue my tempering.
Oh, wait. Is there a temple of Sharon around here?
Of Solarians, yeah, I looked it up and there's one on the Winged Isle, I think it's called.
Huh. Yeah, you learn something new every day.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect someone who's never been on Triaxis to know anything about Solarian temples on Triaxis, so...
Yeah.
I like sarcastic Prava.
Aiden really drags it out of him.
God. Right, now you've had your enemy as fuck thing.
No gal gun section?
We're gonna say that for the second visit to Triaxis, alright?
Oh, yeah.
Can't blow it all in one go.
Jesus.
Exactly. You got many things to do, but I will say that your ship is going to be refitted within 1 day. That was for 1d4.
Nice. Though we still have to wait for our our magic man to get us the data we need. I guess it'll free us to do other stuff. And maybe we can visit Kuzon's family before we go out on the ship adventure.
Mm-hmm. Right then. First things first.
I mean, I guess we could, but I did say that I wanted to, I was gonna do this ship quest before we went to Akiton.
Oh, you mean the the dungeon thing, yeah.
The cruise liner, yeah, I think I would prefer to do that first.
Okay.
We don't know how long it's going to take our trying guy to get us the data.
Yeah, you did say like basically not that long. A couple of weeks.
Couple weeks.
Which will, normally it would take you a trip up and back to a planet.
Yeah, it's just that we got here super quick.
Yeah, we got here in a day. We're only spending a day here.
You guys, time frame wise, you guys are going quite quickly. You're like, wow, God, easy to get here. Oh, wow, easy to get
We
here.
actually should have bought some cargo with us and brought it here. We would have made sick bank with literally a 1-day trip.
That is true. Right, so as you head towards the company building, you're immediately allowed to go up in the elevator and eventually back up towards... You're once more back in the phone room. A few doors on the side and Ghost is already there. He just seems to be relaxing around the phone for a moment.
Is Mom around?
She doesn't seem to be here in the phone room. You can see Ghost turn around and it's like, so you've returned.
Yeah. That's enough excitement for 1 day.
If you wish to go into the house, he uses his tail to open the door on the side of the phone room that way.
Hey Dad, where did you fly off to earlier anyway?
Could you roll me perception?
Sure.
Ghost just says, I had to take care of some business, that is all. But your perception, you can see that there are a few new battle scars across his scales. Nothing too bad, but he was definitely in some sort of fight.
You better treat those before Mom sees them. You know she's gonna be mad.
She already was.
Aha.
So, as you enter into the opulent splendor of Aiden's house, it's not as fancy as you were expecting. In fact, unlike the throne room that is very natural and cavey and has the huge amber-colored window, his home is very cozy, in fact. A lot of wood and warm stone around. The floors are purely wood, with some rugs here and there, and you can see Rosa basically walking through the living room. It looks kind of like a normal house.
Hi Mom, we're here.
Ah, you're back. Sorry about the mess.
It's
But
okay.
there is no mess.
You should see how we live on the ship. It's a pigsty.
She just looks at you, sort of disappointed.
It's not my
He's
fault.
giving you dagger eyes.
It's not my fault. Nobody bothered to make teach the droids to clean up after us.
You should clean.
That's so much work, Vo.
Maybe I did spoil you too much when you were younger.
Nah, I don't think so.
Prava nods heartily.
Just proper, yes. Oh well, never mind. Anyway, welcome to our home. There are plenty of rooms for people to stay in. Would you like anything? Food? Drink?
You see, Kuzon like walks up to the wall and is like looking up in the corners and everything like that. It's like, what kind of security measures can you put in a place like this?
Well, we don't have any, but you could put a few.
Who's dumb enough to attack my mom and dad?
I don't know.
According to you, green dragons.
Yeah, don't mess with green dragons.
Kuzon, would you like to make an engineering check?
Engineering check? I'll do that.
While you're searching around and like, I wonder what kind of security, you do notice that there is a few out of place wires. They look a little older than the rest of the place, and as you follow them, you notice they go to a specific room. And around this specific room, including in the corridors, there seems to be a lot more heavy security, like actual security.
Ooh, this is what I'm talking about. Is it like camera systems and like?
Yeah, there's like camera systems. There seems to be, even on the door, you can tell, even if you take a look at it, it seems like the bolt, like the deadbolt, is made out of like adamantine.
See, much better. It's like, you know, and one thing that is very useful is flamethrowers in the air vents. Those are very helpful.
Grabby holds up. Grabby holds up a sign. Not to me, they weren't.
Yeah, what's up with that, Kuzon? Why are you trying to mess up Grabby?
Well, she was an intruder until she wasn't. Tried.
So it technically worked.
That reminds me.
Message.
That reminds me. You did get flambéed a little bit. Come on, I'm gonna pick her up. You're taking a bath.
She does not seem want to. She just flails about even as you carry her.
I keep carrying her towards the bath, and I'm gonna toss her in there, and I'm gonna say that she's not coming out until she's clean, and I lock her in there.
She would scream if she could. There's very silent banging.
You just like look on your communicator, and it's like somebody is rage quitting illegal actions.
It's just like so you can hear on the other side, and just a lot of profanity being censored, and just.
I mean, the most unnerving thing that you said to me was she would scream if she could. I don't know, for some reason that really fucking unnerved me.
If I could scream, I would.
I have no mouth and I must scream.
Takes notes on Aiden's parenting style for use later.
For use.
I'm sorry, Prava, can you stop analyzing everything I do?
We're just trying to
understand my friends.
We're just trying to profile you right now.
So, as if you're gonna basically relax and settle down the place, the night starts to roll around, the windows like lower their shades a bit so it blocks out the night sky, and as like Rosa settles down with a cup of tea, and basically it's starting to wind down for a bit, like getting ready for bed sort of deal.
By the way, as Prava is judging Aiden for his quote-unquote parenting skills, Aiden stops for a second and goes, "Oh my god, I'm becoming my father," and he's crestfallen.
Barry has eventually come outside and she's all clean once more, no more subtle dust on her.
I'm gonna put a towel on her head and make sure to scrub her extra good so she doesn't catch a cold or something. Just run the towel through her hair, since she's all messy there.
Yes, Queen Grabby. Where is
Prava's gonna join Rorsa for tea. He's gonna sit there and he's gonna slyly start like showing her every picture of Aiden he has on his phone, which is probably at least 3 or 4 times more than Aiden expects.
There are a lot of pictures.
Here's him his first time driving a spaceship. Here's his first time ramming another spaceship with his spaceship. Here's that time he got really drunk and stole a bunch of condiments.
It's like, he used to do that all the time. I don't know why. Maybe it's a hoarding action.
That makes sense. Starting his own little treasure pile.
But condiments? Like she's a bit confused by that.
They're very colorful. You could compare them to the finest, the reddest of rubies, the most yellow of topazes.
The most radish of radish.
Yeah, sure, that too.
She gives a small chuckle. Well, I am glad that many of these pictures, still these are my favorite ones, like the ones with him being like smaller and younger, but also having like animal ears. This is my favorite, definitely.
Yeah, those are definitely really popular ones. You should see how often they're used in my chat.
I still can't believe there was a spell like that. There was a meme in your chat, by the way, called Team Dog.
Good.
What about the fog dog?
No, Team Dog is both young Aiden and Thiveron.
Oh wow.
Like Team Dog. Because you guys have worked together in combat very well. Smoke grenades.
Yeah.
Blind combat dog.
At this point, most of Prava's memes aren't even about Prava. They're about the people that show up in the background of the screen.
Exactly. Well, Prava has a lot of memes as well. It's just that whole thing caused everybody to go, oh my god, these guys are cool as well.
It's like a whole crew of badasses over here.
Well, how about I show you some pictures of Aiden that I have? Like she gets out an album.
Yes.
It's not even digital, it's an old school album. It's got like actual pictures in it. As she flips through, it's like, here he is as a small baby. We found him in the snow. And here he is at his school play. Adorable. He had to dress as one of the rocks.
What, couldn't remember his lines, or?
Well, kind of. He was meant to be one of the rocks that formed a golem. It was a weird play.
What's that one called? What's that play?
Rock and roll.
Nice.
And as she flips, it's like, this one's my personal favorite. It's him sleeping on top of Gregorius. It's so cute.
Oh, it looks like they really loved each other at one point. What happened?
What do you mean? They still love each other. It may be true that Ghost may have become a bit stricter, but that's only because, well, some people may have made fun of him for being a bit too lax on Aiden. And of course, people made fun of Aiden being a father's boy, and they just pretend.
Oh, gotcha. That pride of his getting in the way, like usual.
Yeah, he gets that pride from his father, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely see the resemblance when they're talking to each other. It's like two rocks that won't budge no matter how much you beat against them.
Well, it does show where he gets most of his personality from.
Hey, I'm glad we came here. I'm getting to learn a lot about Aiden. I think I'm finally starting to figure out what his deal is.
Well, I'm glad that you all came. You brought my son back to me after so long. He is a stubborn one. Despite him complaining about the time frames we say, he certainly has a dragon mind on such a thing. Thinking that 5 years isn't a long time, do not contact us.
Yeah, no kidding. Don't worry, I'll make sure you'll get at least monthly calls from here on out.
She smiles brightly. She smiles brightly at that and gives a small pat on your back, Prava. It's like, thank you. It means a lot.
Someone's got to step in and manage his life a little bit, so while he's on our ship, I'll make sure he's living proper. You don't got to worry about your boy at all.
She nods, very pleased at that fact. Where's Aiden during all this picture sharing.
He's been outside, just outside the bathroom, helping Grabby, dry up with a towel, and he's helping her get ready for bed.
Mm-hmm. Well, I suppose since it is getting later, you can all take a room as you desire. Anything along the hallway. That hallway was, well, Aiden's after all, for him and his friends.
Prava goes looking at rooms then. He doesn't just like pick one room, he has to poke his head into every single one of them.
Ooh,
As you
that
peek
reminds me.
your head into every single one of them, you do notice that the one that Kuzon was looking at before, with the adamantine lock, you can already tell the moment you open it is definitely Aiden's room. Would you like to describe your room, Aiden?
Along one of the walls, there's very heavy long arms, heavy weapons and sniper rifles. Along another wall, there's just a plateau of anything from a dagger to a giant two-handed greatsword. In one of the corners, there's a giant box filled with all sorts of high-tech experimental gadgets that Kuzon, you can probably see that these are the prototypes from some of the currently out cutting-edge technologies. So Aiden was playing with the prototypes before the products were released on the market officially. There's a few trophies on one of the stands. Sadly, all of them for eating contests. He hasn't won any actual sports down here because the competition is too rough. He seems to have been very proud of his eating trophies, though.
I mean, it's still impressive.
The human always gets last on the playground.
He was always like at least almost last. You can see like 10th place.
One thing that he was actually good at, you see that he actually has a trophy for a third place in a running race, a short sprint. And that third place trophy is actually on top of the shelf above all the other trophies.
Oh, so he's always been good at running away from his problems.
God damn it, Prava.
Oh, hush. You murdered a boy. So, yes, that is Aiden's room, essentially. Would you all be turning in for the night, or did you want to do anything before then?
I know. I'll find a comfortable corner in one of the bedrooms. Like, I'll get the largest room, but I'll only use the corner of it.
Just pile all the blankets up in the corner, dig under them. It's like warm, need warm.
Yeah, I hate the cold. I mean, I'll make a pillow for it.
Mm-hmm. So, as you like get under the all the blankets and stuff, and everybody else picks a room, as no one else wants to do anything. So,
Yeah, I'm ready to call it the night.
okay, the night will carry on.
One thing before Aiden goes to bed, he's gonna, without his mom or dad seeing him, he's gonna sneak out. He's gonna smoke a few cigars, and then he's gonna head in and get to bed.
Mm-hmm. You can do that.
Because they probably still don't know that he's smoking, so...
Quickly, foam up window. Flush him down toilet.
Yeah, and then he
So,
heads
as you
to bed.
turn in for the night passes relatively uneventfully. It's very quiet, and while you do hear for about an hour, like somebody playing video games, it does calm down after that, and people start going to sleep. And soon enough, it's for morning, and as you could probably guess, it's pretty cold. It seems like they didn't have the fire on.
Kuzon will Kuzon will wake up, feel the air on his snout, and then instead of getting out of the blankets, he's gonna be like a walking mound of blankets.
Just this big fluffy thing just squeezing through doors.
Prava steps out into the hallway, shivering. He's got like ice forming on his antenna, and it's very uncomfortable. He feels almost blind without his antenna.
Thiveron's just wearing his normal clothes. He doesn't care.
Yeah, just wearing normal clothes.
Aiden steps out of his room as well, scratching his ass and just yawning. He's in his underwear as well, not caring. Oh, Thiveron! Morning person, don't care about the code. Yay, that's the way. Offer him a high five. Oh, yeah. I really should stop doing that.
Well, after that performance yesterday, I feel you're not deserving of a high five.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? I thought you were on my side.
I told you that if you had something to say before leaving, that it would be best to say it.
Don't worry about it too much.
By the way, as you two are talking, Thiveron, as you were looking towards Aiden, you see someone else come out of his room. You see Ellie come out of his room and go down the hallway.
Well, I guess I would have been able to tell she was there before that even happens.
Yeah. Like,
But
you
before it even
basically...
happens, just because I can smell.
Yeah, how big's the hallway? Because Prava can detect every brain within 60 feet of him. So,
I would
like-
say each room is about 20 or so feet across, so there is some good distance between you guys.
Thiveron, before she walks out the door, he's just gonna say, Aiden, so you are on good terms then.
Aiden's gonna flip his head around. Did I actually know that she was there?
Probably not.
I'm gonna turn towards Thiveron and I'm gonna just give him a sour look.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought if a woman was hiding in your room, you of all people would know of it.
You would think that, wouldn't you?
I can see now the reticence you might have.
Can you excuse me for a second? Aiden's quickly gonna run to his room, get dressed up, check the bed for quote-unquote evidence, and start heading out.
No. So essentially, as you come out, basically Ellie and probably Prava and Kuzon all sat at the table. She's just smiling away as Rosa has now turned up here. It's like, I do apologize. I forgot about well, the heating. We don't have many people who like the warm here.
How do you live like this?
Kuzon just like has just like nursing a coffee inside of his mobile pillow fort he made for himself.
Aiden
So his
just
size is like double just with all the blankets wrapped around him.
Aiden just shrugs. You get used to it.
I think I think like physiologically speaking, I'd die if I lived here.
Yeah, probably. Rosa admits a little bit sadly. It's like, this isn't even the coldest it can be. It's actually warmed up recently.
Yeah, I was about to ask you that. Like, I almost slept without a blanket last night. It's pretty uncharacteristically warm lately.
Well, some people have said that it may be the turning of the seasons.
This isn't global warming or something, is it?
Oh, no. See, if you paid attention in school, you would know. Every few hundred years, the seasons change. I think you guys may be alive in order to actually see the seasons change.
I'm sorry, Mom, that I wasn't aware of events that I wasn't even born for.
It's fine. You're forgiven.
Aiden remembers that Mom doesn't like sarcasm much.
She gives like a coffee to Eddie. It's like, here you go, dear.
Ellie!
And this whole like warm season thing just like happened like today, like in a few minutes.
Sadly, it's not how it works.
Speaking of this very casual, friendly morning conversation, Ellie, what are you doing here?
She drinks the coffee and goes, "Oh, your mother let me in."
Uh-huh. I see. Even though I locked my door from the inside with a key code.
She said I could go in.
Yes, of course. And I'm gonna throw that. I'm gonna look with another nasty look towards Prava and Kuzon.
Ellie, I think what Aiden's trying to say is that to enter his room, he'd like if you had his permission instead of just Rors's. Feels like
But-
sort of an invasion.
But I did have permission.
Yeah, but you know,
I mean,
Aiden's
it's still...
room.
It's only permission from about 10 years ago.
Oh well, if you have like an existing pass, then far be it from me to judge. Sorry.
I mean, immediately that's when we were just friends.
Yeah, and things have changed so much since then, I'm sure.
Well, he did ask me out.
He did he?
Yes, around about... Oh, how long has it been now?
Oh, give or take 15 years.
Do you want to relive that precious memory?
God.
Oh no, we're not doing this, Prava.
do you wish to touch the orb?
Prava produces the orb of friendship.
Is that what it's officially called? The
That's what
orb of
Bravo
friendship.
calls it.
Hey Ash, how strong do I need to chuck this bow into the floor to break it?
Sadly, it's a magic item. You need a bit more power than that.
Oh god damn it.
This here is a fascinating artifact. Lets you relive your past, even if you don't remember it very well.
Oh,
Kuzon,
interesting.
Kuzon's like gonna get up from the table and just start waddling out.
The orb of friendship is not nice. The orb of friendship makes things heavy.
Prava just kind of like takes Ellie aside, kind of explains how it works, and asks if she'd like to show him their beautiful moments together.
She immediately touches the orb.
Right, Prava grabs on and goes to the right.
And as you eventually rewind back, she does stop at the moment of the confession, as if she remembers the exact time, day, and second that it happened. And as she does, the moment where Aiden actually confesses, you actually... Aiden, would you like to say what Aiden said?
Oh no, by all means. Let's see where this goes.
Well, essentially, as Aiden confesses, you hear that Eddie says, okay then. I'll permit you to marry me as long as you're dating me. So she immediately jumped to, like, we're dating now. That means marriage later. Good.
The part that she doesn't know, because she can't see it, because it doesn't happen to her, is how Aiden was basically forced by his friends because they made a bet. Bet you can't fucking, say that to that girl you like her. I bet I can. I bet I did. I bet I regret it.
Of course, Ellie is seemingly choosing to ignore the friends, but you can see them. But Aiden does, like, of course, the context of it is only knowledgeable to Aiden.
I can see that this is a very precious memory for you. I've never seen anyone find a memory so fast in this thing.
She nods very, very proudly. So of course it is. It's a very good memory.
And have you talked to Aiden about this memory and made sure that it's equally precious to both of you?
Well, of course I have. You always get so shy and runs away.
that does sound like our Aiden.
Well, then again, I should probably head back to school. It's not a weekend.
Yeah, good to see you again.
You
Enjoy
too.
your classes. Bye, Ellie.
Rosa told me about your stream, so I'll make sure to watch.
Yeah, I'll be sure to give you lots of Aiden content for you to enjoy.
Bye, Ellie.
It's up like I can see Ellie and Prava making a deal to set up a secret camera in Aiden's quarters.
No.
He's constantly screaming to Ellie.
Before we left, I was gonna try and negotiate for a sister Alicia using pictures of sleeping Aiden.
Wait, you have a what now?
I don't have them yet, but you know.